journey with Smriti to North Sikkim, a region surrounded by the Tibetan Plateau in the north, Chumbi Valley of Tibet and Bhutan to the east, and Lachin in the west. Sikkim has 84 glaciers. These glaciers are made of compacted snow, buried layer under layer over many thousands of years. The areas around the glaciers, all snow-covered in the winter, are undulating meadows in the summer, where the yak herders bring their yaks to graze. In her quest to understand the changing climate, Smriti travelled to the Lachung Valley in North Sikkim. She spent 3 months in the mountains, wrecking glaciers, monitoring glacier melt of the Changmi Basin, crossing high mountain passes in the company of yak herders.
I was with one of the oldest yak herders, my mountain hero Akuthachuk. He complains about a delay in the growth of grass. He has also abandoned the lower pastoral lands around Bop and Tung, as the region is getting warmer.
Yaks love the cold, like 15 degrees Celsius is too hot for them.
The tough life of the yak herding culture has been ignored for a very long time in this remote part of the Sikkim Himalayas and is slowly dying. The very high demand for milk, butter, cheese among the Lachungpa family means keeping it going for now. A strong market for these dairy products, along with the unexplored potential of yak wool, one of the finest fibers in the winter apparel industry, would definitely encourage the herding practice. Achuk has been a yak herder since he was 5 years. Over 70 years, he has witnessed massive melting and thinning of glaciers.
Smriti's base camp was at 4,600 meters in Yumisamdong, 50 kilometers from Lachung village. It snows in winter and rains in the summer. The glaciers also become exposed in the summer months, as the winter snow melts away to expose the compacted ice. Glaciers come in all shapes, size and character. There are hanging glaciers, sometimes cracked with crevices, and then there are glaciers that are covered by debris. They look nothing like a glacier that we imagine. They are covered by rocks, shattered boulders as big as houses, and show no signs of ice that lies beneath.
The glacier that I am monitoring is debris covered and has more than 20 lakes on them, known as supraglacial lakes. These lakes are very interesting. The exposed ice on the south face gets direct sunlight for longer periods and has melted away, whereas the north face, which is protected by the thin debris cover and shadow, still retains its ice. In some places, the thickness of ice is around 120 meters.
The meltwater from this glacier emerges from the lowest part of the glacier, called the snout, and drains into the Tista River.
If the glaciers disappear, so will the rivers.
A recent study by Smriti measured a maximum glacier meltwater discharge of 9,810 liters per second.
It was the 1st of July. The maximum air temperature that day had risen to 17 degrees around 12 noon. The bridge at the hydrological site had to be raised due to a sudden rise in the water level. The water level scale got washed away too.
The locals also tell stories of stream flow, like the glacier outburst flood event in the 1970s which washed away Sarchok village in Lachung.
Yak herding and glaciers are both affected by the changing climate. All of us contribute to their decline in the course of our daily lives, through the waste we generate, the cars we drive, and the flights we take. The high altitudes would be an empty landscape without yaks and glaciers. Not only would our future generation be deprived of the sight of yak grazing in the Himalayan meadows, but the whole culture and tradition revolving around it will be lost. It is time that we act and reduce a carbon footprint, or else the grandalas, blue poppies, yaks and glaciers will be seen only on postcards.